What's up guys, CyberHoudini here and welcome back to your daily dose of gaming. It is the 18th of May. We are halfway through this month already, steamrolling into June, into E3. Lots of exciting stuff coming. Later on today I will be kicking off Subnautica for the first time ever. I'm freaking out because one of my greatest fears has been the deep ocean. I cannot swim. I cannot be doing with all that kind of stuff. I'd rather, you know, jump out of a airplane without a parachute than drown. Jesus. But we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. I've been wanting to play it, but also scared shitless. So hell yeah. And now with like Below Zero out as well, it'll be a perfect time to kick it off. We'll be playing that on the PS5. Hell yeah. But let's get started with today's news. And kicking things off is a surprise, a big surprise. Rockstar. Holy shit. Rockstar are actually... Why won't this go into dark mode? Thank you. Websites should just load in as dark mode. Boop. There we go. So Rockstar have announced that GTA 5's PS5 and Xbox Series X version update will be coming in November. A little bit later than I was expecting for sure. We got IGN reporting on this one. Yeah, a little bit later. I know they had promised it for a while. The thing is, GTA Online will be coming standalone as well, but it sounds like we'll be getting the story as well, which I was wondering about that. I'm like, are they just going to port over GTA Online? It is their money maker, you know. Now we don't exactly know what the updates are going to be, but we do know that it'll be free on the PS5 for the first couple of months anyway. Whereas on Xbox, you will have to pay. Now, it'll probably be something small, like how they're doing with Red Dead Online, which is pretty cool. I think it's on the Game Pass already. Also, even cooler little piece of news is they have plans to actually celebrate the 20th year anniversary of GTA 3, which is so cool. Hey, Bernie, how's it going, dude? Yeah, I've been playing GTA 3 on the PS4, and although, like, it doesn't hold up as well because it's just the PS2 port, still a great game. And you can see where it being the first 3D GTA, it definitely holds up pretty well. Yeah, is your day going good? Happy fucking Tuesday, man. Yeah, so we'll see. They haven't mentioned anything about that. Now, this could just be something in GTA Online. In fact, my gut instinct kind of tells me that that's what it is, that maybe we'll be able to go to Liberty City in GTA Online or something like that. Because, you know, the rumors are definitely pushing for them going back to Vice City for GTA 6, maybe going back to the 80s. We'll see about that. And if they do that, but then add Liberty City to GTA Online now, and then add Vice City, you know, then when that game comes out, you'll have the whole map pretty much, you know. So I think that's what they'd want to be doing. This will be their way of kind of like relaunching, I suppose, GTA Online. It's interesting, like, Rockstar always keep things very tight-lipped. You don't really hear anything from them until they're ready to talk about a new game, or it's an earnings call, and you know, you get little reports from the websites from that, you know. It's kind of like a little bit looking in on the inside of how these big companies work. I'd say, like, Rockstar are way up there. I'm surprised they haven't tried something similar to what Epic have done with their Epic Store. I know Rockstar has its own launcher and that, but you know, that was it's kind of not really much to talk about. But yeah, we'll see. I would love to see, I mean, a full remake of GTA 3 would be amazing. I don't see that happening, but you never know. You never know what will happen. It definitely deserves better than what it has now with just the PS4 version. All three of those games are on PS4, but they really are just ported over. There's not a whole lot done to them at all. But yeah, hell yes. Have you been playing that much? How was that apple? You were enjoying a nice apple. Very nice, very nice. Alright. I see there's some nice new things added to Fall Guys as well. They're even adding some new Tron skins as well, which is really cool. I really wish we got another Tron movie because it would have been nice to finish off the trilogy. Would have been nice to get it done before Daft Punk disbanded, but of course Disney can't make up the fucking mind, which sucks, you know. Because if you believe it or not, I think Tron Legacy is almost 10 years old now. I actually think it's like 11 years old. I think it was 2010, wasn't it? But I still listen to that soundtrack every other day. Yeah, it's 11 years old. Jesus Christ. My God, I can't believe that. There you go. So yeah, good news coming from Rockstar. I mean, this kind of cements that they're not really planning anything else for this holiday besides this. I had heard a rumor that they were thinking of remaking the first Red Dead to make it closer to Red Dead Redemption 2 and kind of sell that as a package for next gen. That still might be happening. Maybe it's just taking a little bit longer. Who knows? These are all just rumors floating around. Even just the fact, you know, like, who knows if GTA 6 will even happen? We don't, you know. GTA Online is so bringing in so much money, and it just goes from strength to strength, especially with the RP scene getting bigger and bigger. I don't think you'll ever get like proper role playing and all that on console because of how trash people behave on the servers, you know. So unless they allow you to have your own server, it's just not going to work. But you know, those RP servers like No Pixel and that are all done by a fantastic modding team. So it's not just as simple as hopping into a server and away you go. Very strict guidelines and great rules and that, you know, that keep everybody. I know rules usually make things worse, but I promise you, in terms of a server like an RP server, it's important to have some rules and guidelines so everybody gets to have fun, right? It's super cool. Played some Fall Guys Apex today, got some wins. Very nice. GG, man. Yeah, I was watching Elaine and Coco play that, and you were in there too. That was really cool. That arena mode is very fun. It's far more action orientated. The biggest issue with most battle royales for me is the downtime. Like, you get back into a match really fast and it's awesome, but the in-between moments between gunfights is always boring as shit. Like, same with Fortnite. Fortnite had that issue. It just took you so long to get across the map, just so you could have like one little fight and the same thing again. So it was like these little, you know, 1 minute of action for 20 minutes of boredom, you know. So it was, and I know they've tried to do things better with the storms and that, and it, you know, it's definitely a lot improved. Right? I think even Call of Duty kind of suffers from that as well. Warzone has the same issue. A lot of people still tend to camp in that game, so it's just kind of running around doing nothing until you get sniped from a fucking airport tower or something. Today in Arena, I had a good team. We won 4 wins in a row. Damn, that's the way to do it. Yeah, so keep your eye on this one. I'm excited. If they do bring the story of GTA 5 back over as well, I'll play that. I've been kind of debating whether to bother with it. It's not my favorite of the series by far. Like, I even prefer like Vice City stories and Liberty City stories over GTA 5 story. But it has its moments, mostly with Trevor. Everything else just feels like Days of Our Lives. But it's still like a very competent game and fun, you know. It's still fun. It's just not the best of the bunch. Alright, on to the next little piece of news. We have this awesome Xbox exclusive we saw called the Ascent, which is just got a release date coming in July to Xbox and PC. It's also coming to the Game Pass. It's a 4-player isometric cyberpunk shooter. Looks pretty cool. Let me see if there's... There we go. It looks amazing. This game is also going to be supporting, I think, 120 frames if I read correctly. I can't get away from the ads, goddammit. But yeah, it looks really cool. If you're a fan of things like Alien Nation, Dead Nation, that... this looks awesome. Even like things like Disco Elysium recently. This will be nice. This will get a lot of love thanks to Game Pass for sure. And these guys are really trying to come out the gate with you know, this kind of first next gen indie game. You know, that's what I would put it as, because you can already see fantastic effects and particle effects, and look at those reflections and all that cool stuff. And this is all just like in a top-down shooter. It's wild. I'd say it'll have a kick-ass story as well. I know cyberpunk is definitely one of those genres that has really taken off, you know, in the last couple of years, thanks to Cyberpunk 2077, and I don't mind that at all. So this looks pretty cool. It's called the Ascent. Kind of reminds me a little bit of how they did it in Judge Dredd. Well, actually, just called Dredd, the newest Judge Dredd movie, where they were climbing up that building. That was kind of cool. Or something like Flashback with Death Tower. So it looks like you'd be rising up each level. I think it looks amazing for what genre it is, you know. And it's not strategy based like something like XCOM or something, you know. I suppose it's strategy in the sense of you gotta think about what you're doing, but it is 4-player absolute madness. Love it, love it, love it. Yeah. So I think that'll be something that'll stick with Xbox for a good while. But you know, it's going to go to Steam as well. I'd say it won't be long before you'll get the Xbox Game Pass on Steam and Switch. I know they really want to put it on the Switch as well. So yeah, keep an eye out for that one. The Ascent, end of July. Another one filling in a lovely gap. Hell yes. That was a good movie. It really was. I know they're trying to work on something else. It was one of those movies you wouldn't expect them to do that well, because the RoboCop remake wasn't the best. It was okay, but wasn't the greatest. So I was like, oh god, here we go again. But no, they did a great job. It definitely took a page out of the movie The Raid. Have you seen The Raid and Raid 2? You gotta check out those. Those are incredible movies. Same kind of idea of trying to police force trying to storm these apartment buildings, and the fact that they've just turned into, you know, war zones, vertical war zones instead of horizontal ones. All right, next little piece of news. We have a new crop of games heading to the Game Pass. Just speaking of it there. Some good ones. Definitely some nice callbacks this time. You know, not every month is going to be a winner, but hell yeah. Like Wild at Heart looks amazing. That's definitely one I will play. Peggle 2, that's nice. And same with Plants vs. Zombies. A lot of those kind of games call back. I wish they'd bring back, they've got Fusion Friendly in there as well. It's so cool. I wish they'd bring back, what was it, 1 vs. 100. They also got Knockout City there, but it's probably a little bit hard to see that. Will this help at all? Let me see if I remove this. Boom, that makes it a bit better. Sorry. Yeah, they got Knockout City, which is this brand new arena-based dodgeball game. Everybody's been playing it. Looks super fun. It's nice. Got Slime Rancher in there, Secret Neighbor, Man Eater. Some great games for sure. And these all add up to, you know, the rest of the games that are already there. Conan Exiles is a really competent survival game as well. Yeah, Wild at Heart is that. Let me pull up a trailer for that. It's so beautiful. It looks like a Paul S. Anderson. Was it Paul W. S. Anderson movie? Or like something like, you know, like Fantastic Mr. Fox and movies like that. Sorry, super hard to type and talk at the same time sometimes. You end up typing what you say. And I've got like fucking. It's going to some kind of movie or something, or old TV show. Who knows? Yeah, it's one of those names of games that'll probably be a little bit hard to remember. But yeah, looks awesome. Hand-drawn art style. I think this one has similar gameplay to Pikmin, if I remember correctly, where you have these cute little monsters going around. I hate the way YouTube does that. You can't load in the resolution first or something. So it takes a second and buffers. Yeah, this is the Wild at Heart. See? So you got a little kind of Pikmin thing going on. So for anyone, you know, that doesn't have a Switch and you want a little bit of Pikmin action, keep an eye out for the Wild at Heart. Super cute as well. Got a lot of Celtic vibes to it as well, I see. I love these kind of adventure games. They end up breaking your heart. Well, that's why it's Switch resolution. Yeah. Yeah, you should definitely watch those movies again. Hell yeah. Give me a second. Alright. Cool. So, let's see. That one doesn't have a release date, but we know it's coming to Game Pass, so it should be shortly enough. For now, it just says console and PC. That's the Game Pass. Pretty cool. Does it say anything? Just today's episode of coming soon. Alright, we'll know more. We'll know more about that, but it's very soon. I'd say maybe before the month is out. Alright, next up, I found this awesome little video people are talking about. Someone made a mod in Bloodborne and put Lady Dimitrescu in there, which is so fucking funny. So you've got, instead of Lady Maria, you've got this big 9-foot crazy lady. But it cracks me up that we're still getting mods of Bloodborne and that. People desperately want some new news on Bloodborne 2 or Elden Ring or anything. Lady Maria's fight, something special. Oh, it looks like they didn't make her 9-foot. So it's kind of like Bloodborne cross Resident Evil 8. There we go. How did it do that? Maybe there's someone else controlling the camera. So it is Lady Maria. Nice, they switched it over. It's like when they do like AI boss fights. They were very popular on YouTube. You'd have like 1,000 Godzillas versus 1,000 King Kong and all that. Weirdly addictive to watch. Look at those claws. We never saw her with the second pair. But super cool. Apparently, now that we finished Resident Evil village. At the end, they kind of explained how she did that with her claws, and it was her growing out her nails, and then, yeah, crazy, because she was able to regenerate almost instantly. She was vampiric, but she made Wolverine seem slow. She had a great final transformation as well. Great game, great game. I'll continue Village of Shadows in Resident Evil Village shortly enough. Today we'll be doing Subnautica. I'm excited and scared, and already I got that pre-sweat going on. You're like, Jesus, I can't do deep water. It makes me all tight in the chest. So we'll see. Either I'll have a good time or I'll have a panic attack. One or the other. Good times. Good times. So yeah, that was cool. I like to see what the modern community are up to. Speaking of the modern community, this is the Forgotten City. This is a brand new mod of a... It's all like a whole new game in Skyrim. It's fucking crazy, right? Oh no, is this the right thing? Forgotten City. Yeah, the Skyrim mod turned full game. How crazy is that? So what started off as a simple mod has now become its own thing. What people have done with mods in Skyrim, and it's amazing. Absolutely amazing. They've added their own quests and storylines, and there's enough enhancements to make the game look better than some of the games out today. You see a lot of that with the GTA games as well. I love it. The Forgotten. I think I covered this a while back, but yeah, Jesus. I really hope we can get to the point where more devs will start using these kind of mods. I want them to be part of the game, you know. I know, so I'll always be on that side of things where mods are great help on that, but in games. But if they're not fully part of it, you always feel like you're playing something unfinished or a fan game and that, you know. We'll see. Thanks to things like Dreams and you know, RPG Maker and that, the future of that kind of stuff is getting better and better, where, you know, more and more, that's a lot of how like developers get their start, you know. It'll be in their younger years, they make games. Like, I even seen recently a well-known dev brought out a new game, and it was in Roblox of all places. So it just goes to show, maybe he made it for his kids or what, I don't know. But Roblox is huge as well. I mean, it's in the billions of dollars. Speaking of which, I believe that Devolver Digital recently have spoken about wanting to go make their company go public. They're already talking about like the value being like 1.4 billion or something. Is that thunder? Jeez, we could lose power here. Today's been pretty nice, but sometimes in this country you get that kind of sun when it's kind of stormy anyway, and it can't help but thunder and rain. So yeah, literally the Forgotten City, it's like people have been turned to gold. You can definitely see the Skyrim vibe. See, something like this could be a way of looking at how a possible you know, Elder Scrolls 6 could look, you know, because it's clearly still using. I don't know how to help this. I swear to God, YouTube, I want to burn this website to the ground. But anyway, because it just looks real framey to me. But I swear it looks better when it's not in theater mode. That's probably what's wrong. Sometimes what I might try to start doing is I've noticed if you full screen the video but then make the actual window smaller while it's in. I see that a lot of bigger streamers do it like that, because they obviously have the same issue that I do. Because a lot of them tend to do reactionary content. A lot of people watching like TLC shows and that, which is altogether weird. I'm like, Jesus, we're literally watching like reality trash TV on Twitch. But it is what it is. In that case, people are definitely there for the personalities, right? Because those shows are just a joke. Yeah, it looks really, really polished. This good for them. Good for them. Hopefully, this gets released as an actual game. It's nice to see. Oh my God, his eyes are crazy. Nice to see some footage there. Nice to see what talent can do with a mod. You know, it's windy there. Yeah. Sometimes when you guys get a bad storm or vice versa, it makes its way over there. But it takes a good few days. All right, on to the next little piece of news. We were talking about Rambo and John McClane coming to Warzone. Well, now they've spoken a little bit more about it, and they're actually adding Nakatomi Plaza and also, weirdly enough, a CIA survival camp coming to Warzone. That one's a little bit weird, but I assume it looks like that maybe they're not going for Rambo First Blood. Maybe they're going for the second Rambo. I don't know. Because Rambo First Blood didn't really have necessarily any iconic areas. Like, he was hiding out in the woods, and they were in this kind of more closed off town. That's why they treated him like a homeless person. And you know, it was interesting for the time. You know, it's a long time ago now, but it still holds true. Like at that point, he was a vet. You know, he was a veteran, and it just goes to show how people treated them back then. But they're still treated like that now. You know, it's sad all over the world. Like it's, you might hear a lot about it in the US, but it happens all over the world. There should be more support for vets out there. They put their lives on the line, and they come home, and they're left with, you know, PTSD and addictions, and then homelessness, and who knows what else, disabilities, right? Anyway, but I'm getting off topic. This is kind of cool though. It's cool that they're adding Nakatomi Tower for sure, or Nakatomi Plaza. I always call it Nakatomi Tower. It's kind of cool. It's kind of cool. You dirty bastards. You dirty, dirty bastards. I wonder who else still... I'm still waiting to see who else still announced. I'd love to see Arnie in there somehow. The character models don't look so bad, but until I see them, you know, in action, we'll see how that goes. Alright. Operator. So there's a operator bundle. Tracer pack. Jesus, yeah, they're going heavy on the outlet. These are probably sold separately, right? Yeah, jeez, that thunder. Whew. Alright, cool. Next piece of news. I thought this was super awesome. Saints Row the 3rd is getting a remaster. Now, it's weird that they say Gen 9. I'm still not used to calling this Generation 9, but there you go. Or the 9th generation of consoles. But it's pretty cool. Now, the reason these kind of things are awesome, as much as everyone's like, Jesus, they're remastering it again, and I completely understand that, but this is them drumming up more sales, more business for the next Saints Row, which we do know is coming. We don't know what it's going to be like. Like, will they go back to, you know, Saints Row, how Saints Row 2 and 3, or will they stick to the over-the-top stuff with aliens and that? I don't know. A lot of people kind of want them to go back. There's such a market for this kind of stuff. There's a gap in the market, and nobody sees it, you know. GTA takes way too long between games. Then you've got things like Sleeping Dog that's gone. The Mafia games, they just did an awesome remake, but they're still waiting on their next game. So there's this massive gap right between for these kind of open world Mafia games or gang games, you know, and we love them. And I wish we could see them come back. Even something like bring Scarface back or bring Godfather back or something, you know. That's why even seeing The Getaway gone was sad as well, because that was another great series. It's basically like London gangsters, you know. So it sucks. So at one point, everyone was kind of getting sick of them. I get that, calling them GTA clones, but look where we are now. I mean, you might say it's because they didn't sell, but I don't necessarily believe that. I think a lot of the publishers behind these kind of games just got severely greedy. So when each iteration starts to sell just a little bit less, they see that as a bad thing. But, you know, it's mainly because it's kind of what's happened with Far Cry right now. Like, they don't know what they're doing with Far Cry 6. We might not even get it this year. We'll see. Ubisoft have their tail between their legs, because they put out too many games at once. But I would love to see, because like with all this new power, imagine what you could do with the world. Like a new Mafia would be great. Like Mafia 3 is still a great game. Yeah, and a new Saints Row. Like the last game they managed to do was Agents of Mayhem, and I don't know, not a lot of people like that at all. That's not where they wanted to go. They should just, I don't know, at this point you'd want to just go back to the drawing board. People love the Saints. They were a cool group, and it's always had a goofiness to it. Even Dead Rising is gone as well, which is another kind of not gang-based game, but it was another kind of goofy zombie game that we liked. And that's, yeah. So I don't know why these games are disappearing. These series are disappearing. But I missed them. I missed them. I know a lot of them. Dead Rising 4 was not great at all, for sure. It should have been their moment to remake the original. But enough time has passed for all these series. They should come back, kick some ass. Yeah, big gap, right? I think so. I think it's one of those things like we'll always have zombie games, we'll always have space games. But why not more of these co-op, open world gang games, you know? Everyone's just playing GTA Online. But what do you see them doing in GTA Online? Doing gang shit. So, yeah. We need them back. We need them back. Bring the Saints back. So, let's see. Does it say when this is releasing? Let's see. Yeah. Here we go. May 22nd? May 25th? Really? Jesus, that's like a week from today. It's going to Xbox Series X, S, and PS5. Nice, nice. And it'll be free, which is cool. That's another great one as well when they do that free upgrade. So if you've got your old version, hold on to it, you know. Or if you got it for free with, you know, PS Plus or games with gold or whatever. Alright. Jesus. Can you hear that thunder? Oh my god. Oh my god. That's fucking crazy. Rambo. I like that. Rambo. Yeah, it'd be nice to get it 60 frames and all that. They're such great games just mess around with, you know. Even if you never finish the story. Just run around blowing shit up. I'd say if this does well, they'll probably do the same with Saints Row 4 and Get Out of Hell and all that. I think that's where the series kind of dropped off. That's nice. Nice to see them. This is definitely them testing the waters to see how things are going. If it's not this E3, then definitely next E3 they'll show off the next Saints Row. Because I have heard that it is definitely underway. Alright, cool. On to the next little piece of news. If the thunder holds up, we have another awesome trailer for Biomutant. Biomutant's coming out on Tuesday. Next Tuesday, yeah, a week from today, the 25th of May. We're just talking about that. And they've been trying their best to really pump up the marketing. This is done by Experiment 101. It's a brand new studio, but they have some of the developers of, you know, Just Cause series and Mad Max and that. So a lot of love, a lot of very, very capable developers. And it looks amazing. It's to me, the more I see of it, the more it feels like Fable. It is Fable with a little raccoon. So this is called the Explanation trailer. It's them basically trying to, you know, anyone who doesn't know what the game is about can look up this trailer. I love it. And a couple of other influences. Jesus, there you go. So it's truly an open world game, 8x8 kilometers, filled with a lot of weird events. And I think it's, to me, it's closer to something like Breath of the Wild, but all the amazing vehicles and that and modes of transportation look fantastic. It's published by THQ Nordic. There's a very unique character creator with you can change the DNA around, which is cool. And now we've just seen that you really can create your own weapons, very much like the Dead Rising series or Dying Light. It's pretty cool. I can see people making a lot of crazy little dudes. I love the eye patch. The guns are badass as well. A Muppet. Okay. Yeah, this game's gonna be special. I've been waiting a long time for it. I think this may be. I may be more excited for this one than I was Resident Evil Village. Just recently they allowed PewDiePie to have an exclusive stream of it, which was really cool. They are a Swedish developer as well, so it makes sense. I didn't watch that though. I didn't want to. It looks like it has a morality system as well, which also, you know, creates a nod to Fable for sure. I know we're all desperate for a new Fable, so that's what it made me think of. This is also, it's also coming in at a nice price as well. I think it's going to be $60. So none of this $85 stuff. That's a toothbrush. See, look, he just mentioned Zelda there. One thing I am a little bit worried about is the narration. So badass. And trained his disciples in that. So these tribes are now in conflict. Basically, there are 3 tribes that have what we call a light aura. Okay. So basically a good karma, if you will, if you want to paint it black and white. Yeah. There are 3 dark aura and light aura. Like a dark aura. Eventually, at the start of the game, you will find that you have to. Some of the modes of transport, you saw that crazy horse, but I've seen like a hot air balloon, a power glider, a cool, like, I don't know what the hell you want to call it, but it was like a speedboat, a little speeder on water, like Luke Skywalker's speeder, but it was on water. Things like that. That's only a small fraction. It's truly a massive game. I just recently finished Assassin's Creed, so this will be... I was going to kick off Immortals, but I think I'm ready for this. Like, we're a week away. I'm ready for Biomutant. I want to devote all my time to it. I just finished Elix as well. So I like... You can see a little bit of, like, modern world there, or the ruins of a modern world. Is Biomutant 4-player? No, it's completely single-player as far as I know. No, this is a huge open-world game. Single-player RPG, you know?
They believe that the only way that you can move forward is to...
The way games should be.
Kind of a
no, there's no kind of... Not that I know of, anyway. Unless they'll add something in the future. It was never intended multiplayer. Sometimes having drop-in, drop-out co-op is nice, but... Sometimes I like my good old-fashioned single-player games like God of War, Ratchet and Clank, like you mentioned. A lot of games releasing very close together are all going to be vying for attention.
We have the bi-mutations, so those are kind of more physical abilities, if you will. For example, you can spawn a mushroom in front of you.
Boing! I love the little comic book stuff.
Multiple uses, if I just use that one as an example in terms of creative freedom for you as a player.
That's cool.
Combining this
combat just looks so
with,
varied.
Let's say, just, electricity shooting out from your fingers.
Every time I see this game, they're doing more stuff with it.
Or once the character is airborne, like your enemy, just going up there, unleashing some other kind of strange abilities. I don't want to go into all of them.
You can tell that they really did just let their creativity flow.
So those are more like your, X-Men style abilities, if you will. Like, for example, Levitate, which again can give you both exploration opportunities, but also
I did see a jump jet as well.
Conjunction with other abilities and obviously ranged combat, so that will give you an advantage, I guess. You're wanting to
there's that crazy clockwork hand.
Because you're wondering what's going to be, around the next corner. And I guess the hope that we have as a group, as a team, is that that's going to be the unifying factor in terms of people playing the game and giving us feedback. That it's notable that the game has a soul or a vibe that is a little bit unique and special. That's my highest hope for the game.
Something about this tree in the middle just makes me think, Ori, look at this. Oh my god! What is it riding on, like a paper airplane or something? There's mechs and everything, like Jesus. Cool. I can't believe it's a week away. I'm freaking out. Trying almost not to watch these trailers, but I can't help it either. There's so much about the game that's still just a beautiful mystery. Alright, on to the next piece of news. I was talking about the days of play coming with PlayStation. Well, they finally kind of announced what they're doing to start things off with a lovely sale. And if any of you guys, I know there's only about 300 or 400 people that have a PS5. But they're finally having a sale on PS5 games, which is great. So if you've been waiting to pick up like Returnal or Demon Souls or Sackboy, whatever, they've got a couple of games there that'll be on sale. I don't know how much of the sale it's going to be, but damn, it's about time. Because these games are getting expensive. And as time goes on, like say this time next year, will people be okay with paying $85 or $80 for games? I don't think so. We'll see. Yeah, it looks like you're going to be able to win a lot of cool like prizes as well. I'd like to see them do more, like what do they call them? Fucking competitions and that. Online tournaments. Yeah, hell yeah. Oh, this is still going. Cool. They also said about, why isn't it playing now? Where'd the music go? Oh, there. Whoa! Alright. Yeah, they were saying free online multiplayer weekends for certain games and that. Nice. I turned it all down to hear the thunder, and now it's just blasting all the other noises. Alright. Cool. Yeah, I've been wanting to pick up Demon Souls Remake myself, but I'm not paying that kind of money, so I've been kind of looking around at maybe, pre-owned or whatever. But even because they start at €85 here, even pre-owned, like they're still like 70, which is what you'd normally pay. So it's very fucking clever. It's gone to hell. I'm not cool with that at all. Like that's like, it might only be an extra 10 or 15 euro or dollars, but that stuff, it adds up for sure. And you know, I understand the games are getting more expensive to make, but there's far better avenues, and it only seems to be PlayStation that are pushing this right now. It's not making them look too good in the eyes of everybody. Xbox are like, yeah, maybe we will, maybe we won't. But for now, we'll put them all on Game Pass, so it really doesn't matter either way. It'll start pushing more people over to Xbox. For sure. Like Ratchet and Clank. I know the guys who did Returnal as well, they came out with an interesting little story recently that said that they didn't know that their game was going to be $80 until they saw it, until people started reacting to it. So Sony hadn't really told them that this was the new standard. So that's pretty rough. I do definitely feel bad for those guys, because Returnal, you know, a lot of people are kind of mixed on it, mostly because of the difficulty. But it is going to make a lot of people shy away from it because of the price too. Alright, yeah, I want to get Sackboy as well. That's 4-player. That looks super fun. Alright, last little piece of news. Nothing too swanky news-wise today. Some days are just a little slower than others. There's a lot of stuff coming out leak-wise, so I'm kind of just debating whether to talk about some of that. But there's some gorgeous new art leaked from Final Fantasy VII Remake. Integrate the PS5 version. We got some lovely key art. Got some new character renders. We know we're going to be dealing with Yuffie and a brand new character. Some great mechs. You got Yuffie in action there. I almost said Resident Evil. I've been saying it so much lately. That was super fun. We ended up like destroying that end of that game. So yeah. Hell yes. So this new character, I'm excited to see what he's all about. Looks like he's using a pole arm, so and we know Yuffie uses the big shuriken. She's definitely got that ninja vibes, and looks like he might as well. So maybe they come from the same place. But yeah, I'm a little bit weirded out by the whole integrate thing. They're adding DLC, but you have to buy the game separately. You can't. If you upgrade, you still have to buy the DLC. I don't know. It's so confusing. Square Enix really shot themselves in the foot over that, and then giving away the game for free with PS Plus, but not allowing you to upgrade it and things like that. That I can understand, but it's the wording behind it. It's the intention behind it that I don't like. I understand you don't want to be giving away games for free, but damn. And this is what they're going to be doing with the Fort Condor minigame. It looks like they've turned it into like a little like battlefield. Now I don't know. I think this may be just a little minigame in the DLC, but the actual battle itself may still happen. That'll be coming like in part 2. But yeah, looks interesting. It looks very like something like you know, Auto Chess or Hearthstone or something. That minigame was always very strange for people. A lot of people, especially kids playing it, even myself, were very confused what to do. We end up having to like look it up or you know, just keep playing it until you're like, oh, finally I won. It was basically this little tower defense game where you had to stop them from entering Fort Condor, and certain things were weak against this and that. Looking back at it now, like playing it now, it's, you know, pretty standard, but it was very confusing for the time. Still cool though. A lot of stuff like that in the game was. I don't want to show too much in case it's spoilery. But yeah, that's the news for today. Lots of good news about Biomutant. I'm hyped for that. And Dying Light 2. Nice to see them still doing AMAs as well. So yeah, good news for all your games you're looking forward to, or ones you're hoping are coming. It seems like there's definitely hope for all that good stuff. Hell yeah. Cheers.